Republican governors, specifically, let's be honest here, we're talking about Texas Governor Greg Abbott and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. But these men, along with plenty of others throughout the country, have now decided to use our children as their political pawns in their fight against masks. Both of these Republican governors, who are overseeing the worst state in the country here in Florida and the third worst in Texas in terms of new COVID cases, both states have hit days over the last week of more than 20,000 new COVID cases per day. Florida actually hit a record. On Sunday, Florida had more COVID cases in a single day than it's had throughout this entire pandemic. Florida's worse than ever. Texas is right on the cusp of being worse than ever as well. You know what else happened this week? Florida kids went back to school with no mask mandates. Oh, sure, there's a couple of counties that went out and said we're going to defy DeSantis' order saying that we can't have mask mandates and we're going to put them in place. And then DeSantis came out and said, well, I'm going to strip you of your funding. And when they still continued it, he then came out on Monday and said, if you continue with these mask mandates, I'm going to strip administrators of your salaries. You won't get paid this year, DeSantis says. That is how hell-bent he is on using our children as his political pawns to placate the anti-mask idiots here in the state of Florida. Texas, exact same story. Greg Abbott has signed an order banning mask mandates. Dallas has said, guess what? We're going to have mask mandates. We're going to send kids back to school wearing masks. And so that's setting up another showdown over here in Texas. But the thing is, both of these governors are doing this to pander to the dumbest residents in their states. Let's call it what it is, folks. There's no need to be nice here. There's no need to, dance around and call these people, oh, well, they're just They're morons. They're absolutely knuckle-dragging idiots. And unfortunately, that's actually the Republican base at this point, too. That's what you people are. And you're using my kids, you're using my neighbor's kids, you're using everyone's kids to make a political point to suck up to these people, DeSantis and Abbott. That is disgusting. My kids went back to school this week wearing masks. I packed extra masks in their backpack. My wife at the school she teaches at, she said they've had to have special meetings about how to protect kids from being bullied for wearing masks because they know how bad it's going to get. And I've had to have talks with my kids. Don't listen to them. Do what you can to block it out because it's going to be really hard for them to make fun of you when they're sitting in a hospital on a ventilator. Both states, actually the United States, hit a record last week of 261 children in a single day hospitalized for COVID-19. Some of them under 1 year old. Under 1 year old. The Delta variant is far more dangerous for children than the COVID original. And we're seeing that. The state of Florida in the last week of July alone had more than 10,000 new COVID cases in children. Texas, their hospitals are filling up to the point where the governor is begging for outside help to come in. And also canceling all elective surgeries. Hospitals are having to tell emergency patients, you can't come here. Please try to, clot your own blood before you can, while you try to get to the other hospitals. This is sick. And again, the children are the political pawns. They're using the children to make a statement that we're not going to bow down to the tyranny of masks. Kids are going to die. And every death that happens from this point forward, depending on the state, it's either going to be on the shoulders of Abbott in Texas or DeSantis in Florida. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.